Hi guys, it's Esther from Esther Astro Healing. Thank you so much for tuning to my channel. This video we're going to talk mainly about months of Elul, months of Virgo, a little bit more in depth to really understand what is this month about, not as a sign, as an energetical force, which can help us to prepare to arrive for the next month, which is really important month because next month we're going to have very important holiday called Rosh Hashanah, the new year, the energetical new year, the new year for our soul, and the new days of creation. So this month, it's I can't even tell you the importance of this month. Each day of this month, it's extremely important. There's no day moment we can actually waste and lose the opportunity to work on ourselves. And we can go really a little bit in more depth so you will understand. By end of this video, I feel and I hope you will have so much information. You will feel in so much power to be prepared for this month. And then when you arrive for the Rosh Hashanah, you will be like a real light soldier, warrior, with all the necessary information and tools. And you will be standing in front of creation so strong and so prepared in order for you to receive all the blessings, all the light is waiting for you and for your family, for your ancestral lineage. You're not just working on yourself right now, you're working on at least 7 generations of your ancestral lineages. And we're going to go a little bit more in depth what I'm referring to as well. So to understand the energy of this month, it is best to start with tetragram. So as you can see, the normal way, the tetragram, the name of God, one of the most powerful name of gods, it's usually start with Yud, Hey, and then Vav. So we have Yud, Hey, and Vav, and Hey. So, but for this particular month, we have letters being distributed different way. We have Hey, and then we have another Hey, and then we have Vav, and then we have Yud. So for this month of Elul, the combination of letters, as I mentioned, Hey, Vav, and then Yud, it is interesting. The first 2 letters, which is Hey and Hey, they both represent very important energy. It's female energy. So, for example, according to the Sefer Yetzirah, the Sfira Binah, it represents first Hey. So let's see where the Sfira Binah. So this is the Sfira Binah. The first Hey from tetragram comes from the Sfira Binah. The second Hey, it comes from Sfira Malchut, which is extremely important. And both represent important female energy. So what's really happening here? The first Hey, as I mentioned, corresponding in Binah and second to Malchut, the last 2 letters we have, Vav and Yud, relate to the male aspect of creation. And the Kabbalists teaching us that month of Elul, with its sign of Virgo, has the unique power to cleanse negativity, because the Virgo really represent purity. We live in the dimension called Malchut, right? Which is another Hey represent. This is the dimension Malchut, and which is represent our physical world. This is the world in which we make mistakes, right? And this is the world where we came really to understand what is to be creator. Because when we're part of the collective consciousness, when we're our soul, not in the physical body, we see everything, we understand everything, we see the cause and effect, we see the world of angels, we see all of our ancestral lineages, we see where we came from, what part of the Adam we came from, what kind of world, especially those of us who consider ourselves Am Israel, and you consider yourself people of Israel, and you attracted to Torah, you're attracted to Kabbalistic wisdom, you potentially came from Ulam Atzilut. It's very, very high place in the collective consciousness. Not even angels allowed to go to Ulam Atzilut. This is how high our souls, especially if we carry the knowledge of the Torah, we're blessed to have a desire to understand the Torah, because Torah, it's not just the book. It's not just the Bible, book you can study and you try to understand wisdom. Torah is the energy, is the energy of the creation. Before the earth was created, the Torah was already exist. So as my teacher Rav, says, when we hurt somebody, and when we create some negative action, whatever negative action we understand we create with a reactive system, when we promise people, when sometimes we can embarrass someone in front of other people, or in general embarrass person, this is really negativity. It's accumulate on top of us. And my teacher Rav always says, when we can say we are sorry, we try to apologize to this person, the negativity already created, it's not really helpful. We need to change internally. So how then can we remove that negative energy? How do we wipe the slate of all negativity actions, and not just our own actions? We're talking about at least 7 generations of our ancestral lineages. I will make another video which is connect only to that, but just in short, if, for example, you're born female, as a female in this lifetime, in potential, you took upon yourself much more than male soul. You took at least 7 generations of your ancestral lineages. You, other female created, and your mission, and what is your goals in life. And if you're not working on it, the soul feel no energy, soul feel withdrawal. And this is why this month is extremely important to understand. If you're born this lifetime male, your responsibility to reveal a lot of light, because female represent directly Malchut, the physical part of this world. The woman really a manifestator. Woman is the vessel, is the woman that work with the energy, and male needs to bring the energy. So all of us have very important part in this lifetime, and the way what we do, the way how we do our redemption, the way how we work on ourselves, this is how we affect collective consciousness. Every time we're going through something, and believe me, many times it's not even you. You don't need to feel guilty and up on yourself and tell yourself, why do I need to experience so much pain and suffering? What did I do past life? It's very limited thinker. And if somebody teaching you this is what's happened, it's not really the case. Of course, we're creating things, and even this lifetime, we're creating some aspects of negativity from lack of knowledge, from lack of understanding. This is why it's really important to study. But very, very important to understand the responsibility we have of other souls who behind us, who waiting for our growth, who waiting for, because when our soul picked up to come back here, we agree taking up on ourselves because our ancestral lineage, our tribe, needs to know, then we know that. Because when you do meditation, and these months, I really recommend do meditation every day. If, for example, you were planning to wake up early in the morning whole year, this is the months to start. This is the months when it's not just enough to say, I want to change. You need to put in practice, and you need to bring to surface everything what you remember. This is the months of remembering things. You need even to make a list of things. I'm not telling you to fix something it's not broken. It's not what I'm talking about. But definitely to sit with yourself after meditation. Don't just sit right away when you did something. Do meditation. Ask your soul, your higher soul, to give you messages, to help you, to bring the memory of the past, a certain action which is still on subconscious level holding you back this lifetime, and make sure this month was really given to us before months of Tishrei, which is Tishrei, it's the month of Libra. It's like before you want to build a building or you have any project in your head, first you need to do imagination. You need to have a thought. You need to think how you want to build this building, how you want to create a certain subject. Then you're going to put on a paper, and then you're going to start the physical part. So the physical part, it's actually months of Tishrei. The months of Elul, it's actually the months of the thought. So this is why one of the slogans from Zohar of Shimon Bar Yochai, which is we use every Friday night on Kabbalat Shabbat, it says, Sof Maaseh b'machshava tehila. It's Our thoughts create reality. This is the month. This is the month of thoughts. This is the month of manifestation in order for us to arrive to the moment of the Rosh Hashanah and to be prepared. And we really need to have enough appreciation who we are. In order for us to understand who we are, in order for us to gain appreciation, we need deep, deep, dig inside and to understand, like a clean the house, because Virgo, it represent earth, it represent direct malchut, it represent female energy, and as well it represent manifestation, right? So this is why all this energy was given in us for us in order for us really to use. The importance of this month extend back to, like I said before, even the world was creation. So according to Kabbalistic teaching, the physical world was actually created in the month of Tishrei, right? This is why it's called Day of Creation we have before Rosh Hashanah, which is follows month of Elul. And we're right now in month of Elul. So Rosh Hashanah, the first 2 days of Tishrei, mark as the creation of physical world. But in this one of the most beautiful teaching of the Kabbalistic knowledge, even before the creation of the world, there was a thought, like I said. This is why it's really important to remember, because the thought, the seed, it's everything. If you're going to plant seed, let's say, of orange flower which is going to have orange color, you can expect to have white flower, or you plant, for example, roses, and you cannot expect the parsley to grow, right? So this is why we understand what we're going to invest and inject this month. This is, we can arrive to Rosh Hashanah just to celebrate, just to follow, because, other people celebrating and we're trying to connect to the energy. We're still going to get some energy, but it's not the same. When you're going to arrive with so much knowledge, with so much strength, and you're really going to work on yourself, you're going to expand your vessel so much. Imagine how much light you can receive, because the work done prior, right? Really, really important. So if remember, I spoke with many videos about Sefer Yetzirah. So our father, the patriarch Abraham, in Sefer Yetzirah, the book of formation, telling us the letter Yud, which is created Elul, what is sign of Virgo, signify the energy that never get dark or defiled. It is like never dark. It's always, it is that aspect of us that is pure and new. So Abraham explained that our essence always remained that of Yud. We always connect to the Yud. Let me just show you. This is the Yud, right? So those two energies represent completely opposite of each other. The Yud represent complete purity, and Resh represent, in a way, not, I don't like to use word darkness, but again, without darkness, we cannot see the light. If you look at the cosmos, it's everything dark there. You cannot see stars without to have the foundation of the darkness, right? So this is why really important. We need to really to appreciate certain dark moment we've been receiving in order for us to create the light. So what is the Abraham saying to us as well? No matter how much negativity we created, our essence, our soul, always pure. There's no negativity. This is why we need to be careful and not to fall too much in the conversation of negativity. It's not about, it's all very important process. We need to understand the extraordinary gift of this month, the gift of going back to our true selves before any negativity was attached to our essence. This is the month. The cosmic energy open for it. This is awakened within us, original source of our soul. And we can do that even when we feel negative side telling us you can't. No, now you know. Then you have so much power. And this is the month, which is the cosmos open for it. And not just you. Like I said in the beginning of our video, our ancestor lineage is waiting for us. Remember, we came to do so much work. Don't blame yourself on anything. Virgo is very known on blaming themselves, right? Because they're constantly looking for perfection, and there's a lot of perfection with no perfection. We need to remember that. So another valuable idea in the book of formation is that power of Elul can only be manifest through action, like I said in the beginning. So the consciousness first, followed by action, because without action, the gift of Elul can pass by without us even experience the gift we can get. So remember those few lessons we have. One of the lessons is actively engage in elevating all negative certain actions to create the list of things. Other lessons we have to awaken our understanding that our true perfection coming from the youth, even when you meditate on both letters, youth and resh, that every single one of us has within us. And it's never been damaged really, because the youth is the perfection of creation as well. And the third lesson, another lesson, is actually to tap in the manifest that ultimate perfection, both of ourselves and to the world. Because it's not just about ourselves, it's about the world, about the pain and suffering, to end the pain and suffering. The another really important point I want to make, the word Elul, which comes with the letter Aleph, Lamed, Vav, Lamed, is connect to the very, very important saying, Ani ledodi vedodi li. You probably heard about this. It comes from the Song of Songs, which is written by King Solomon. I am to my beloved, and my beloved toward me. This is what this month represents. How powerful. It's unbelievable how much support we have. We just need to tune in and work on ourselves. This verse really refers to desire, to big desire. In this month, we can awaken desire for what we really need on both physical and the spiritual level. One thing I want to mention about from one of my absolutely favorite Kabbalists, Rav Isaac Luria, the Holy Ari, who used to live in Sfat more than 450 years ago. And as well, my Rav's teacher, Rav Yuda Bradwine, another great Kabbalist of 20th centuries. The important awakening through desire for the light before the months of Tishrei, the months that follow Elul. They both said, the many tzaddikim, but especially Ari and Rav Bradwine, when he was sending letters to my teacher Rav, he always remember about the important lessons and the light. We have tremendous light of the thought of creation before Rosh Hashanah. So in the months, we must ask that what is really desire? How to awaken real desire? You know, there's a fundamental lesson here, one that we often forget. The only way to draw light is to have a vessel, and the only vessel is desire. So the desire is extremely important. To the degree that we awaken the true desire, light will be revealed. So the desire is the key. Desire is the vessel for the light of the Creator we need to draw for the entire year to come. So we need to be so thirsty for it. It's like we're preparing ourselves for Olympics, and we have the most important months in order for us to be accepted, not just arrive to Olympics, to really win in front of creation. If person does not do the work awakening desire in this month, it will be very difficult to manifest desire light on actual date of the Rosh Hashanah. You can, like I said in the beginning of the video, it's going to be really, really hard, much, much harder. So we need to remember that. It's really important. We can draw clear understanding from this story. You know, the most important really for us to understand as well, when you start to really have a conversation with yourself and you nourish yourself, you not beat yourself, you know, really, when you're making the list, and you do, while you're going to make list with a lot of desire, not in order to beat yourself, in order to be so happy how many things you can bring outside in order to clean up. Because we remember, if you take a cup from yesterday coffee and you didn't clean this cup, you're going to put beautiful clean water. This water not going to be clean. It's going to be with muddy, right? Muddy. But if you're going to clean your glass, you're going to prepare for the new light, for the new world to come. It's going to be completely different experiences. We need to remember that. This is really, really important. So really, you know, in other lessons, Kabbalists tell us that every year that is poor in the beginning is wealthy in the end, right? So what does really mean? Is that as we come to beginning of the year, the month of Tishrei, which is next month of Libra, we need to create consciousness of having nothing and waiting for everything. We need to feel like we're poor, like we don't have anything except desire to receive for the self, for to the grow in light of Creator. Remember, on Rosh Hashanah we have a three different request from the Creator. One, to have a sustenance; another, to have a righteous children; and the third one, the desire to receive the light of Creator, divine inspiration, the Ruach HaKodesh. And Kabbalist, my teacher Rav, always ask to receive the Ruach HaKodesh, the infinite light of Creator, because within that there's everything: your potential money, your health, the children, everything there. So you don't really need to limit it yourself for something really, really small. This is really important lesson for us to remember. One of the meditation I do recommend for this month for you guys. You can have a different if you already have certain set of meditation, you continue. But if you're still wondering what meditation you can create, you always can imagine a beautiful field with whatever flowers you like in this field. Make sure it's beautiful, it has a light. You can sit in the field, or you can actually fly on it as well, because we all can fly, we know that. And if you will see between flowers certain weeds and dry flowers, which is really not serving you anymore, pick them up, collect them, and throw them away. You can even burn them in your dream, in your meditation, whatever you want. But try to pick up one by one to clean up your field. This is another way to make a peace within yourself. This is really, really important. I think what we really all need to do, we need to have a really honest conversation with ourselves, and to understand how big we are. We can see there's so much pain and suffering in the world right now. And if you've been so lucky, you have a zchut, we say in Hebrew, zchut avot, tremendous merit to be attached and to have a desire for such a wisdom, to study Torah, to don't even miss one. I don't recommend to miss even one Shabbat, not to listen to Torah reading, especially months of Elul. It's extremely important. We can feel that we belong to something so big, and we have so much support, and we have so much knowledge, right? This is real gun, not the physical guns to protect. The real guns is the knowledge. It's how much we can make our own mochin, our own spirit more strong. Remember, most of us were born at least with two spirits. One comes from the Creator, and the one comes from our ancestor lineage, from our tribe. Both of the spirits need to work together. And if, especially the one who comes from ancestor lineage, he bring additional package. So when you see certain things, sometimes you follow some of your behavior and you feel it's not really part of you. It's not something you even want to, but it's coming to you. You meet certain type of people, certain complication comes, and it's repeating themselves. You need to understand as well, always connect to the bigger picture, and to see how you can see the bigger picture when things happening, instead to blame yourself or blame other. Before I'm going to finish, I'm going to share with you another secret, which is I learned from another Kabbalist, which is I really love his Chumashim, his interpretation of the Torah. It's Ben Ish Chai. He's telling us the months of Elul, in order for us to connect to the energy et Ratzon, the energy, infinite energy of blessings, we need to learn how to be quiet. What I mean by that, when we used to answer to some situation in our family, to our spouse, to our children, we need to be very selective how we want to answer. We basically need to restrict. He recommends restrict as much as possible. If you used to answer, try to stop. Try to let things to work on his own. There's a moment, definitely we need to respond. But what I'm saying, the moment when you respond reactively, the moment you restrict and you're not responding, you're not answering, this is the moment we're getting energy of etratzon. This is the moment. This is the blessing we're collecting. This is so powerful. This is how simple, hard, and powerful in the same time. So I'll give you another example. Let's say your own children, which is often they can, take you a little bit out of balance. First of all, as a parent, they never can see, then they get you to that place because then you're already losing your battle. But let's say your child did something, and instead for you to react right away, you're going to pause, you're going to rethink, you will see how your own children will start to notice difference inside of you. Same thing with your partners, with your family members, especially family members. This month it's extremely important to call your family members, to call to people who you usually don't really feel comfortable to call, to say hi, to see how they're doing, to go out of your comfort zone, do action, and do not do action when you used to action by answering in order for you to get even more blessings. I hope these lessons and the wisdom I'm sharing with you, which is, it's not my wisdom, it's the wisdom I'm so grateful to have opportunity to learn. And if I do recommend for you to study a little bit more intense. Don't afraid if you don't understand. If you have a Zohar at home, definitely don't miss even one day. Is more you connect with Zohar, you're going to create almost a bank account with the light, because it's all about practice. It's all about how much effort we make. This is how much we can receive. Okay, so guys, I want to wish you many blessings. I'm looking forward for the next video. And just to remind you, this is the one of the best months to do your chart. If you never done chart, it's excellent months to do to understand yourself better, to understand the essence of your soul, where you came from. Find the astrologer who you trust. If you are Israel and you came from Ulam Atzilut, be careful who's your channel. Make sure the person who's going to do your chart, they connect to the Torah, they connect to the knowledge. So God willing, they will be channeled from the right place. It's really important. And as well, another very important time to do your follow-up and your progress chart is on your solar return. It's when before your birthday, at least few months or months before your birthday, is really recommended. And in general, for you to understand who you are. You can find my information below this video. If you like my videos, please don't forget to subscribe and to like. I look forward all the best and many, many blessings. Good luck to all of us. Bye-bye.